Hey, what's up, y'all? Coach Julian here. I'm going to read the preface from my article, 5 Good Habits That Balance My Health, and perhaps give you a little bit of influence to read the full article. I'll see if I can record the whole thing as well, turn it into a short audiobook. Preface. Lately, I've been running my comb through the long, flowy, wavy, spiraled stream of health and wellness. That is to say, sometimes the pathway to good health feels different. Balancing health may feel simple one day and more complex on another. Some days, health and wellness are easily manageable, and at other times, it requires diligence, repetition, and elbow grease. Hard work to tame the mane. I feel challenged by the current state of health and wellness. I also find it humorous. As a technologically advanced society, we appear to have all the resources and tools needed to have all the answers. Yet, with all our modern advancements, and despite the average human lifespan steadily increasing throughout the decades, our collective human experience appears to be depleting. Within our society, obesity, poor self-image, and mental, emotional imbalance continue to be on the rise, while cancer and other forms of serious dis-ease often disrupt homeostasis, balance within the body. People passing away in their 50s, 40s, and 30s should not be natural, in my opinion. With that said, there seems to be a modern-day trend of early heart attacks, brain aneurysms, blood clots, and the like. Not only are our physical bodies paying a hefty toll, but our minds and spirit bodies are taking the brunt of the beating. Yes, collectively as a people, we are beating ourselves up. Think about the pressures that we place upon ourselves to look and act a certain way. We do this to appear perfect or flawless for social media, to keep up with the trends and appearances, or to keep our true identity hidden from the world. Quite often, we start to think about good health through its opposite, poor health. As an example, I did not realize just how much ease and health that I had until my body was faced with a state of dis-ease, imbalance. I did not feel like myself. I could only feel discomfort and or pain, and that is where my focus would remain until sufficient change was introduced. The flip side to this, opposite side of the spectrum, is presence of time and space, in awareness, intent, and mindfulness within the moment that I am in this beautiful vessel called the human body, that it has been crafted specifically for me, flawed and all, to carry out my duties, and if I work with it accordingly, I may aspire, achieve, and attune this light, this perspective shining through me, refining the flaws of my essence in the process. In simple terms, if I appreciate and work with myself, I may find a state of balance, health and wellness, one where I think less about my health and I become healthy. I liken this to the actions of a child, wild animal, or someone with a thorough routine. Each of these examples has surefire ways to find balance on more than one scale. The child, not molded by modern footwear or thought form, has a dexterity, both in mind and body, that mirrors their youth and exuberance. Clearly, the actions and expressions of a child are a direct reflection of their feelings. They have not yet learned to hide or conceal how they feel. Even with limited experience, a child knows how to flow with what they like and avoid with what is not agreeable with them. As adults, we can relearn to check in with how we feel. Wild animals are another example of health and wellness, as quite literally everything they do is for intentful purposes, survival purposes, to exist. Observation of the animal kingdom allows us to bear witness to this balance within the food chain, but in my opinion, it is also observable in more simple and subtle ways. The stretching, roaring, and barking of wild dogs, big cats, etc., show us that there is much balance occurring within these creatures. Even the large and powerful bear takes time to literally splash, swim, and play in bodies of water, even small pools and puddles, especially on warm days. The animals are balancing their nature, their spines, their paws, their fur, their overall well-being. As humans, we have noticed, adopted, and adapted many of these concepts, from sports teams' names and logos to the Western named yoga pose downward facing dog. One with a thorough routine lays the foundation for proper health, one day at a time. This could be the former athlete that stays fit and active their entire life, constantly finding time for challenge, rest, relaxation, and feeling the vibration of victory. I know veterans who maintain meticulous levels of discipline within their daily routines, despite no longer being active in the military. Healthy habits like making one's bed and cleaning one's bedroom set the tone for a healthy and clean mind. Many seniors find work past retirement, work until a later age, or find activities to keep them active and moving. Those daily word searches and puzzles, or time spent gardening, volunteering, crafting handmade projects, giving lectures, etc., are a staple within a healthy day-to-day. Many of us find challenge in our routines, but ultimately, the stability, diversity, and or cyclical nature of our duties, they are performed every day or so, fit well with our circadian rhythm, our body's 24-hour internal clock. As I reflect on my journey, I feel it is the obscure things that I do that allow me to balance my health. On a daily basis, I enjoy walks. I like to balance on beams or curbs, freestyle dance and spoken word, rap, laugh, giggle, and joke with myself. I move because my mind says go, and my heart is ready to switch its vibe. These are all examples of how I maintain my health in ways that feel agreeable to me. When I am in these flow states, I understand and feel my nervous system more. I learn about myself at different degrees. I exist in multiple worlds. Simply put, I get back to living. When I attune to the needs and frequencies of my body and being, I achieve balance, real health. As I reflect deeper on this topic, I feel a burning desire to aid others along their path. As evident in my journey, a state of real health and wellness, both mind, body, and spirit, are attainable, and more so, are predicated upon and awaiting the arrival of us at the command center in the driver's seat as player one. I do not have a bunch of fancy remedies for health and wellness. At times, I think the simplicity of what I offer may be overlooked, but focusing on that can lead to a state of poor health by not allowing things to go as they may. And so, here are 5 habits of mine that help me balance. I do not claim these 5 habits are magical, secret, or an exhaustive list of what may help your health and wellness. I will not claim these are the best 5 or that you should begin here, because it is not about me convincing you of anything or getting you to do anything. Allow me to share my feelings and sentiments in this present moment from my unique perspective. To be aware and present in this moment may be all we ever need.